One of the biggest wins in Dokkan history has happened. I know, and no one's talking about it. That's why we're going to talk about it in this video. One thing that I have asked for so long is for them to make an anniversary unit where they are amazing for a lot longer than just a couple months. And I feel like Dokkan has finally achieved that goal, man. It's fantastic news. Typically, sometimes for example, the year of Go Bros and Super Saiyan 4s, Go Bros were obviously better than the Super Saiyan 4s. Over time, I probably think people probably say Super Saiyan 4 Goku's better over time, right? But back then, it was like, oh, Go Bros head and knees best unit in the game, right? And they kind of like overshadowed the Super Saiyan 4s before they came to Global. And then, last year was like Blue Boys and Jiren, and then like Jiren came out, and obviously, I would probably say Jiren is better than the fifth year Lars. So that was kind of like another thing, in which there's still a chance of like Janemba being better, but we'll see. All right, we'll definitely see how that works out. But in my honest opinion, I do like this. And even with the EZAs, like LR EZA Broly, if you want to say he's better than Vegeta, by all means, go Frieza's EZA. I don't know if I would say they're better than the 6-year LRs, but they are. It's a very good EZA. LR Gohan, no, not even on the 6-year level, in my opinion. So I just want to say this is a good thing, because MUI Goku and Vegeta are still very relevant. They're not outdated. They have not been forgotten about at all. They're still extremely holding up very well. Even with Gogeta coming out, like if you want to make the justification that Gogeta is better than Vegeta, that is on you. Personally, I do think that they're pretty much neck and neck for me. Or Vegeta's just slightly better, or this is just me anyways. But even then, Vegeta is still holding up very well. Goku's still holding up extremely well, which is awesome. Obviously, like these two units, came out in January of this year, and we're hitting July, and they're still extremely relevant. Even with the EZAs, which is very nice to see. Obviously, when we get to the worldwide celebration, those LRs will most likely be better than these guys, but that's 8 months of them being out on JP, of these guys just being very strong still. So that's a huge dub. I think they've made recent LRs very well, in the sense that, like, LR Tapion and Minosha, very strong unit. Are they top 10? Probably not. LR Super 17, top 10? Probably not. So they have done like a better job of creating different type of LRs without them being game-changing, breaking units, right? 100%. And like, obviously, even like to the 6-year LRs, the units that you could probably potentially make the bigger argument for are these two right here. Obviously, like Gogeta being the newest one. But since I classify Gogeta so close to SDR Vegito, that's why I don't think he's better than the 6-year as well. I think he's closer to that 3 or 4 range. But if I were to say a unit was better than Vegeta, it would be SDR Broly. I think I could probably say that, because SDR Broly is literally he's on literal crack, right? I mean, he's guaranteed super attacks in Dokkan is probably the most broken thing in the entire game. And SDR Broly is able to hit like a 6 million, and then he's also raising his defense, and then he's getting his key when you're fighting Pure Saiyan Hybrid, which is awesome, and then he gets effective against all types of Goku family. He's broken as hell, right? Gogeta is also broken, right? Like all these LRs are broken, but like the good thing is these two are still holding up. They're not forgotten about. They're still extremely powerful units. And like overall, that's really good, and I think that's really healthy for gacha games to do that instead of just having a new broken unit come out every freaking month. Dokkan's done like it's kind of like done like a step back, and they obviously we have character units that have come out this year. They have like Broly, Videl, Gohan, but for the LRs, they've done a very good job of like Tapion and Minosha not being super broken. They did a good job of Super 17 not being super broken. Gogeta is extremely well balanced, very powerful, very phenomenal unit. Gohan's EZA they held back on. So Dokkan's been like in a state where they're not making everything that comes out the most broken thing in the entire game, and I think that is a huge W for Dokkan, and like just overall a very big achievement, because again, having that having that amazingness, right? Like that amazingness of just having units that are going to be top tier for way longer than expected is fantastic, and I think they need to continue on that trend. Obviously, when Worldwide comes out, Worldwide is going to absolutely change that completely, because those LRs will most likely overtake them. But we'll see what they do. Obviously, 70% chance to dodge with 5.8 million attacks. That's with revive and active skills, with over like 150k defense, with crits, with additionals. Like, it's going to be very hard to top Goku. You could obviously make, I know a lot of people don't like Vegeta as much, but obviously the dodge in Goku is very strong. But yeah, overall, man, they're just both Head and Shoulders extremely top tier LRs, and they've continued to do that. So that is very good that they've found that, you know, that room to be able to do that, and also make new LRs where they're like in the same range and they're not absolutely dominating them. Like, they've done such a good job not dominating everything. You know, they've done a good job of, you know, balancing out units a bit more, in the sense of that they're not overtaking previous LRs. Like, if you're having an argument about Gogeta and Vegito, that's a good sign, because Vegito came out in August of last year. And if you're having that discussion of which one is better, obviously it's very good that you're able to even have that discussion. And I think that is a huge plus for Dokkan right now. And I think they just overall have been doing a very, very big good job of making units as of recently. So these 6-year LRs have aged very well, and they're going to continue to age well over time. It's not like the fusions where, unfortunately, you know, Blue Boys came out, Junior came out, and they kind of like created like a new meta. And that's the thing that happens. It's like that new meta, like the stacking meta, got overtaken by like how these ULRs work, where like you don't really need to stack much. So they don't really make units like super stacking monsters anymore. They make them more like turn 1 to turn 5, being at that top tier range, or making it in a way where these units are able to completely sustain every like damage and everything else, you know. And I think they've just done a phenomenal job with this, and I think they're going to continue to do a really good job, and they're going to continue to just kind of push forward and just really do a great job driving all of this home, man. And, you know, it's just overall a fantastic thing that they've been doing, and I hope they continue to push this narrative on Dokkan, where not every single unit that comes out has to be the most broken unit in the entire game. And I think that is a beautiful thing, and I don't want that to, and I want this to continue to kind of push forward. I want this to continue to become a new narrative in Dokkan, where not every single unit in the entire game is going to be the most broken thing ever, you know. And I think that's going to be just an overall very, very good thing for the health of the game, and just overall for players. So this is definitely something I'm very happy with. So huge W for Dokkan for coming up with this. I think they have done a phenomenal job, and I hope they continue to push this narrative. And let me know how you guys feel about it. Do you guys prefer having a new number 1 unit in the game every update, or do you kind of prefer this, where it's like not number 1 unit in the game every update, but they make units around that unit, and they continue to kind of just make units a bit more intricate, a bit more interesting, and stuff like that. So that's basically it for me. If you guys enjoyed the video, like and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace out. Bye bye.